The Santa Barbara Mission was established on the Feast of St. Barbara on December 4, 1786. It was the 10th of 21 California missions to be founded by the Spanish Franciscans. Padre Junipero Serra, the founder of the first 9 missions, had planned to establish the Santa Barbara Mission. But before his vision became real, he died in 1784. More than 200 years later, the mission continues to be the chief cultural and historic landmark in the city of Santa Barbara, which is the home to a community of Franciscan friars with a beautiful church. There are 4 churches of Mission Santa Barbara, which have been on the same site selected by Fathers Lasuin, Paterna, Oramos, and Felipe de Coygochia. Friar Furman Lasuin established a total of 9 missions. He trained native people at the Santa Barbara Mission to be carpenters, blacksmiths, stonecutters, masons, weavers, tailors, and millers. A Native American tribe that lived near the mission is the Chumash. They settled in the central and southern coastal regions of California, which is now San Luis Obispo, Santa Barbara, Ventura, and Los Angeles counties. This display shows 4 examples of Chumash past from the Spanish period to the present. These families represent only a sample of a diverse Chumash community in Santa Barbara. Many Chumash descendants today continue the work with their elders to renew Chumash culture and are also vital members of both the native and non-native communities through their work in education, anthropology, linguistics, medicine, counseling, and as first responders. Chumash people were the finest boat builders, hunters, gatherers, and fishermen among the California Indians, and as their culture advanced with basketry, stone, cookware, and the ability to harvest and store food, the villages became more permanent. Chumash ancestors also lived in rich and diverse environments that supported craft production, such as weaving baskets or building houses. The Chumash people were also gifted astronomers that allowed the astrologers to interpret and help guide the people. The Chumash believed that the world was in a constant state of change, so decisions in the villages were made only after consulting the charts. They used a 12-month lunar calendar to find common grounds between native and Christian views. An important part of each of the California missions was the cemetery or the graveyard where the dead were buried. Surrounded by 200-year-old sandstone walls, the historic mausoleums is in the center at Old Mission Santa Barbara. Since 1893, this simple structure has served as a final resting place for Franciscan friars and a number of prominent citizens who were part of the early history of Santa Barbara. The first Franciscan to die in Santa Barbara was Fray Antonio Paterna. He came to America in 1749. The first Chumash Indian buried here was Cristobal of Saspili. More than 4,000 Chumash Indians are buried in this cemetery. There are also tombs and mausoleums of early Spanish families and of later settlers who came to California. The best part that happened at the mission was attending Mass at the church, seeing my friend Ian, and getting ice cream afterwards. Thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope you learned as much as I did about the Old Mission Santa Barbara. So what did you learn?